Hey guys, so today is Saturday, the 14th of June. So I just want to sit down and talk to you guys about, we have a trauma room. So whenever there's trauma, there's always a particular room that we have for trauma. So today, we did have a trauma case. A guy got stabbed and his intestines were out. Stuff was crazy. But I like seeing stuff like that, where you get to see real life trauma, like how it really goes down. And it's like, I kind of want to be like a trauma nurse now, because I like that type of adrenaline rush. If you know what I mean, kind of like ER type of things. But you actually get to see the full surgery. So we were able to be in on that surgery as well. We couldn't do nothing, but we was able to watch. And the way that they had got the intestines back into like the stomach, they had to cut the stomach open. And then it was like a little slot, like a hole where the intestines were hanging out of. And then the way they pulled it back in, it was like crazy, but I was like so intrigued by it. But with a trauma case, the room will always just be set up, because trauma comes all the time, you know. So that's another thing. Like, you don't never see it coming, but it will be coming. Normally they go to ER first, and then they will bring them up here. Well, ER first, and then bring them down here. I'm sorry, not up here. So with trauma, I keep hearing noises. Oh, somebody in the other room. I'm sorry. So with trauma, we have a crash cart, like a trauma cart, a level 1 always, and a glide scope. Depending on if it's like a gunshot wound, or stabbing, or a motorcycle accident, or motor vehicle accident. Sometimes you do have to bring like the Belmont or the Cell Saver. It all depends, because they never tell us like what they actually need. But when the room is set up and nothing's going on, it has to be an ABG machine, the trauma cart, level 1. They definitely use a level 1, like no doubt about it, and a glide scope. And then they will ask for everything else if they do need the Belmont or the Cell Saver. But what I seen today it was crazy. But since working in the OR anesthesia side of things, it's like I'm loving everything about. Hello. It's like I'm loving everything about anesthesia. Like, I'm really thinking about becoming a trauma nurse. Still want to travel, still want to do pediatrics, but trauma is definitely on the radar. So I just want to tell you guys about the trauma room that we do have, that we have to always have set up, because you just never know when something's going to go down. Sorry I'm talking low. I just feel like I'm someone in the room, but they're not. But yes. Sorry guys, I'm so tired. But anywho, that's about trauma and what it is that we have to do. Okay. This is the trauma drawer. I want to show you guys this. Just be the drugs that they will have. this is another room that they might use for trauma. Right now they don't have like the actual padding on there, but this is one of the rooms that they do use for trauma as well. And with this room having so much space in it though, like so much space. If you guys ever seen one of these boards in the room, this is what they use. This is what we normally use for a blood bank. When we get called, this is what we have to pick up, a cooler or like a liver cooler. The liver cooler is so freaking heavy. It's heavy and it's big. This is a DI cart. This is not supposed to be in there. I'm supposed to put this in the transducer room, but don't worry about that. But we do use this right here. I'm going to show you guys the pros that we do use for these cases, or for like these DI machines, because it's the strokes or stores and the Olympus. But guys, I just want to also point out that it is crazy that we don't have a lot of anesthesia tech videos out there, because I did notice a comment from one of my subscribers, and anesthesia is like, there's so much that you can like learn as a tech as you gradually I lost the words right now. As you gradually try to advance your degree, in anesthesia, if you want to be an anesthesia nurse or a doctor. But it's so much more than just anesthesia. Like, it's pediatrics, cardiac, neural. List goes on and on and on and on when it comes to anesthesia, because we deal with so much when it comes to the anesthesia field in nursing or healthcare field. But if that made sense, I don't know. I'm rambling. But anywho, with me being here for almost 4 or 5 months now, it's like I've seen so much, and the experience that I'm experiencing now is a blessing, and I thank God for this job. Because like I said, one day I had woke up, applied, and then that same day, within 30 minutes, I got a phone call, and by that Monday I had orientation, and then Wednesday I started. So it was a lot, but I just thank God for this position, though. I do, because I see so much, and it makes you value life. It really does. I have to say my biggest fear on this job would be seeing a loved one. I'm not going to try to cry, but it's going to probably come. But that'll be my biggest fear. Like, you know, we are preparing for someone to come in, so they save their life, and I'd be afraid, or my biggest fear, like I said, is be a loved one. And that's family and friends. Even people that you work with. That's my biggest fear. So when you get into the world of the OR, you will see just about anything. There's times when you have people from jail have to come in, and the police has to be with them 24/7. to a mother having to wait to see if her baby is gonna make it, her children, you know, toddler, teenager, adult child, you know. A wife praying her husband makes it, to a husband praying that his wife make it through, you know, a heart procedure or liver transplant. I mean, list goes on and on. And you have to be strong when you're in this type of field. You do. Healthcare is specialized in so many ways, like nursing homes, health home aides. So the nursing field or healthcare field is limitless. Like, there's so many specialties. And you know how you're in school and you be like, automatically, I want to be this type of nurse. But then you get into the field even more deeper and you go into like another specialty and you be like, you know what? This one might be my calling. Like, a lot of us wants to be NICU nurses and pediatric nurses. But now that I'm seeing so much trauma, I just get that rush. Like, I feel like this is my calling because it was either anesthesia, ER, or pediatrics. So, trauma nurse, it just might be my calling. I don't know. You never know what God has in store. Sometimes I feel like God stops you for a minute and let you see other things besides what you want versus what is your calling that He has for you. Well, who knows? But to be in the healthcare field, you just have to be strong. You really do. And you will cry. You sometimes want to give up. You will have happy times with people that you work with. It all just depends on how you make this career. Because if you try to get into this field, make sure you have the passion for it. Just don't do it because it's a job that's everlasting, because healthcare field is forever. It really is. You're always going to need a nurse. You're always going to need a doctor. You're always going to need a caretaker. You're always going to need someone to help you with your nutrition, like dietary, you know. List goes on and on. But I just don't like to see people actually get in the field and they just think it's all about the money only versus the passion of the actual field. So make sure you double check and make sure this is what you really want, because people will go to school, get the degree, and then they be like, I wish I never did this. Why did I become this? You know, so with the shortage in nursing, you know, I don't like to see nurses that don't have the passion, because the way that they just treat the field as in, like, don't care. It's just all about, I got this money, and some of them can't even enjoy the money. Because, like, you're working more, it's like you're working more hours, but you're more worried about, oh, what I'm doing, I'm not getting paid enough, da-da-da. But they never reflect back on why did you become a nurse in the first place. So I'm done rambling, guys, but I just wanted to make this video for you guys about trauma and how you prepare for it as a tech. We just really don't do much, but just, like I said, just make sure the room has everything, because they will basically page us and say, hold on, guys, I'm watching Girlfriends. I love this show. Old school, but anywho, when they page us, we just have to go in a room and just make sure that everything is in place that they need for the trauma that's coming. And that's it. And we just stand back and we're able to watch. We're able to stay in the room and watch. We are. So guys, these are our Inbuilt Scopes and probes. I try to get in here because all these glide scopes we got in here. So these right here that we use. That's the Olympus one. And this one is the one we use for the stroke, or whatever one you call that word. I'm trying to see which one's the pediatric one. It's a small one. Pediatric is like the small one. I think it's on this side. Hold on. But anyways, this is what we use for the DI carts. And the sound comes back on, of course. The P one is like really small. Hey, there you go. This is the P's one with the right there. That's the P's one. Normally the P's would have it in the cart ready. So anyways, after the case is done, we normally put it in here, one of these trays. It normally comes with a red bag as well. So we take over to SPD. And which one is the one that we normally use for so this one is the one that we use when we do the livers or the cardiac. This one. So the orange sticker is what we had to take off when we use these probes or endoscopes. And we have to use these papers to fill it out right here and make sure that we never forget the patient sticker, because sometimes we can forget that, and it's not like it's a bad thing, but it's best to like get a sticker before. Anyways, it's always best to get a sticker though, like before the case even begins. Sometimes you can, but it's best that you do. And that's our papers for the endoscope and probe. So after we're done with the scopes, we have to come in here to pre-clean them before we take them to SPD. So I don't have a scope with me to actually show you an example of it, but this is basically the rundown. But once you get used to it, you really don't even have to look up here because it's like a basic, easy step. So if there was a scope, it'll be in the tray that I showed you. And then you have to do the first step, which is you clean that that skinny looking black tube thing I showed you. And you clean that, and then you turn this on. You will stick this end into like this part on the scope as like a hole where you put like the red cap at, and you will like do this every time to clean out the scope, and then you will raise the scope up and put it in here after, and then hold it to the air for 10 seconds, and then you're done. Put it back into the tray, and there's like a red bag in there, like a biohazard bag. You put it in there, tie it up, and then we take it to SPD. So this is SPD, basically. Show you out the door. SPD stand for? Sterile Processing Department. So that's what SPD is. So inside SPD, there's actual another door that I'm supposed to go into to show you guys, but I just want to show you guys the department alone of like where we put our blades, and for the glide scope, the Mac 3s and Mac 4s, millers, all that stuff. It goes into there for sterile cleaning. But there's an actual counter that we just put our scopes and endoscopes on. Endoscopes and probes on this counter on another, and it's have another door. But this is the end of the video, guys. I just wanted to basically just give you some more departments of like where we go and what we have to do when we go into those apartments. I'm trying to do the best as I can, try to give you guys so much insight of like what an anesthesia tech does. So I will probably do what's that thing called? E-Topics. That's the one that, like I said, is a video of itself. So I will give that video out as soon as I can. Thank you guys for your patience for this video. Hope that I gave you some insight of some other things, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Oh, also, to my new subscribers, I do see you guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Hope that you are enjoying what you see and everything. And if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section. And I love you guys. And once again, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.